Hi, welcome to my YouTube. Today I'm going to show you how to field strip this gun for cleaning and then take it down to full Monty. Yes, fully disassemble this gun except for the bolt and the FCG, and the reason why is because this gun and the GSG-15 shares the same bolt and the FCG, which I already done videos for. So why don't we start with the field stripping. First, remove the mag, and then next the stock. Now, there are a cross bolt here and two screws on either side. Remove the two screws first because they are sideways and they are attached to the receiver, and I don't want the receivers to be damaged, so I want to remove those first. Now this gun will rattle a little bit more than usual. It's because most of the screws that I've already unloosened. So to save time, okay, and then the next thing I do is remove this screw for that cross pin. Now if you happen to have MP5 pins, they will work too. Now leave the cross pin in, but just remove the screw. Okay. Then open the folder, and there's a screw right here that you need to remove, and that screw obviously is attached to the back of the bolt, and it's under tension, a lot of tension. So here I'm gonna hold it up straight up vertically, so I can put some pressure on a back plate. Take some stress off the screw, and here it is. Take the screw off, and there's also a washer too. Yeah, the screw and the washer. Put them aside, and then what would happen, you'll see, you can see the stress the back plate is under. As you can see, the spring is pushing up on it. Now again, all you have to do is now push some pressure downwards on the plate and push the cross pin out. Okay, and now you just pull the cross pin out. And your stock should come out. Next, the spring that's just behind the bolt. Next, remove the lower, and again there's a locking screw for the cross pin. I already unloosened it, and push the pin across, and the lower should come straight down. Next thing is to unscrew this, I guess it's in some sort of attachment that's attached to the back of the bolt. As you can see, this is the bolt, but it won't come out until you remove that piece. And the screw, actually that spring, sits tightly on that attachment. And it's a very long silver screw. Now once you got that out, you still can't remove the bolt because that screw for the charging handle is still in the way, and you need to unscrew that. Okay. It's the recoil spring. Actually, it's the spring for the charging handle. And this is the bolt. And this is the screw that was screwed to this. Okay. And basically that's about it. This is your entire field stripping. You do not need to go further than removing that. They actually recommend you don't remove this. Try to leave this as a one whole piece. Now, okay, so that's basically field stripping. To remove the FCG, fire control group, you need to remove this grip plate. Just stick something in there, and this basically snaps in, and you need a long Allen wrench, stick it in there, and start turning. And you have this little screw on the side, and you unscrew that. Push the selector out, the one with the shaft. Try to keep it together, and put the screw back in. Such a tiny screw, you might lose it. And then the FCG comes straight up. And be careful, because you got these couple of brass rings that will fall out. And hold the plate down because it's spring loaded. Okay. Now this screw basically holds it in. Okay. You don't need to disassemble this for cleaning. They don't recommend it because it's very difficult to disassemble and put it back together. Okay, this is basically the trigger grip housing. Okay. Now you can, if you wanted to, oh why not? Why don't we just remove the mag catch while I'm at it, since I'm going to be doing it. And use one of the Allen wrench, go over here and just basically unscrew it. Make sure you hold both sides so it doesn't jump out. Okay. Okay, you see that the pin is out. Spring. Of course, there's a lot of friction on these things. I will have to grease it. Okay. Again, I like to keep things together. Okay, basically that's completely disassembled, including the mag catch has been removed. The upper, as I mentioned in the intro of this gun, the upper is made out of aluminum. And to remove, basically to remove the barrel, you need to start removing the sights first. Now I pre-loosened the sights, that's why it rattles. And you have to remove these screws completely. These are pretty good sights. They're made out of plastic. They're pretty solid. I like them. Okay, and then they slide out. Okay, like that. And here, the back of it is the two nuts. And like I said, I like to keep them together. Now, the top rail is 15 inches. 3 sections of 5 inches, and they're made out of aluminum. These 3 rails are made out of plastic. Now, to remove them, there are 6 screws. Again, they're hex screws, and you just unscrew them. Okay. One, 2, 3. Okay, this is what the top part looks like. Now, to remove charging handle, just pull them out. But to remove the thing the charging handle goes into, it's held in by this little stud here. If you see this little stud right here, okay, this stud right here, you need to push that out. And the way you push it out, it comes through this hole right here on the upper side. So if I line it up, I'll push my finger on it. Okay, looks like I need more than just a finger. Oh, there it is. That pin would come out. Okay, now once you've done that, then this whole bar comes out. It's made out of plastic. Now again, there's 3 spring and plungers here for the charging handle. That. And the plunger goes into these grooves. You can do 3 on each side. Now of course I already greased them because, okay, so that's removed, and that's the back, and of course that's the front, that's the bottom. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is I have to loosen this folder lock. And let me see, it's not that one, because it gets in the way of the bolt sliding back. It's not that screw either, it's not that Allen wrench. Let's try not that Allen wrench. There's an awful lot of different Allen wrench I have to use. Okay, it's this one. Okay, you don't have to pull it all the way out, just back it off enough that your barrel block could slide out. But I want to show you what it looks like inside. You see that bolt BHOs right here. Okay, the mag pushes against this little piece right here, and then it pushes this part up, and then it holds the bolt back. Okay, now I'm going to start removing all these side rails. Let's start off with this one. Long Allen wrench. Okay, this is an extra long screw there. Okay, if you should have one of these, I guess, these pieces that actually screws into the receiver first, and then these screws goes into them, like these things. If they should come out, no big deal. Just leave them as they are and just screw them back in. Okay. Okay, and that brings us almost time to remove the bolt. Not the bolt, sorry, the barrel block. Now the barrel block is held in by these 4 silver screws, 2 on each side. Okay, why don't we remove them next? Okay, not that one. This is what the barrel block screw looks like. There's 4 of them. Oh, by the way, at the bottom of the heads, you see that they have, it's like a one-way, and it chews into the receiver. So I guess they're meant to go one way and not come out. So yeah, you would not be doing this very often. Okay. Taking care of the barrel block. Next is this this bottom part of the receiver. You need to remove this nut, and it also has a one-way washer. Okay, once you remove that, next, the trunnion. There's 2 silver and 2 black screws. The silver one's identical to the one for the barrel block. Okay, I need a bigger one now. Yeah, I think I have like 6 Allen wrench for this gun. So I have them all on the side here. Oh, I better show you what that screw looks like. Notice there's some Loctite on it. So there's 4 screws that holds the front trunnion, 2 black ones and 2 silver ones. These are top, these are bottom. Okay, now you can slide the trunnion out, or you can pull the whole barrel out of its sleeve. It's in the sleeve right here, and here comes the barrel. And now remember, you need to unloosen this folder catch, otherwise that screw will protrude too far in and you would not be able to remove it. Now be careful, you have a BHO. Notice the BHO coming out. There it is. It slides right back. Okay, now this receiver bottom plate, remember I removed the screw, silver screw, and this is what a plate looks like. And this is the barrel. Pretty nice barrel, and this is the BHO, and the BHO comes up, and I've already greased it. And that's the pin. Let's keep it together. And looking at this barrel block is completely different than the GSG-15. They're not interchangeable. That's actually quite a bit larger. And but having said that, the barrel blocks looks different to me, but the barrel looks identical to me. And here I'll show you what I mean. I'm going to pull out the barrel that I have. Okay, this barrel belongs to the GSG-15, and they look like exactly the same length, same thickness, and I wouldn't be surprised if they are interchangeable. Okay, so all that is, it's screwed in and locked tight, and of course a little nick put in for the extractor. All right, let's continue forward, and now you could and this is actually what it looks like after the bolt is removed and the barrel is removed and the front trunnion wiggles out, and the sleeve, the barrel sleeves, slides out. And this is the imitation gas block with the front trunnion, and to separate them, again, there's one screw here. Not that one, it's this one, and you unscrew it, and here it separates. That's the first front trunnion. I better keep this nut together. I don't want to end up losing it. Okay, now it brings us to the barrel sleeve. Now, and to separate the barrel sleeve from the fake flash hider, just unscrew them. Like that. It's just a tube, and the tube goes in like this, and then this goes like this, and I can see some rattling here, you know, and I wonder if that affects the accuracy. Maybe what I should do is put some tin foil or some shims and make sure it's doesn't wobble as much. So yeah, that's basically it. Okay, I disassembled the mag. I had to remove 8 of these screws, 2 for the bottom of the mag and 6 for the sides, and 2 tiny ones for up here and 1 for the tab. Now the tab ones, one is the Allen wrench, but all these ones up here, 10 of them, they all use the 6-point screwdriver. Now I'm going to open her up just to make sure. I had some issues with the STG-44. I thought the mags were poorly designed, where I had a round slip into the mag and I didn't know anything about it. But I'm just checking here to make sure that isn't the case for this magazine, and it isn't. And so this is in terms of safety, it's better design. And I can see there's a lot of soot here, and so I need to clean that out with solvent. Yes, they get really dirty. Yes, as you can see, it hasn't been cleaned for a while, and always try to clean it as much as you can. Not disassemble it, but try to clean as much as you can get to. And then after you finish cleaning, always spray some lithium grease on here. So basically, that's how you disassemble the magazine. Thank you very much for joining me, and please subscribe.